Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Paul's Monday Market Update, number 186 for Monday, 9th of June, 2025. As always, you're very welcome here, but just remember that you are always responsible for your own trading decisions. Okay, so this is one we haven't spoken about for a while, but it's of interest to me, okay, for various reasons. I've been in it for a while. AutoZone, okay, so AutoZone, I would describe them as a kind of the America's Halfords, but at a much more geeky technical level. All right, and the reason I say that, and the reason I'm interested in it is that I think next week I'm on go on a annual cannonball run with my good mates. All right, and they are petrol heads. They really are proper petrol heads. I am not okay. I can appreciate them looking nice, but really fast cars, they're a bit slow and a bit two-dimensional for me. But my mates, they love it, and they've all got their Astons and Porsches and Lotuses, etc., that they pour over and also pour a lot of money into. And the kind of this became aware to me a couple of years ago when basically interest rates started going up, and they were talking about how effectively um, people were not changing their cars because the interest rates were rising. It meant that they could no longer get great deals on effectively, free money for cars. Okay. And I was reading that lots of people were paying $800 to $1,500 a month for their kind of an astounding sum. And so, because of that, what people were doing was rather than, once they were getting their whatever it is called PCP, the hire purchase, was basically over. People were buying, their old cars and doing them up, or keeping their second cars and doing them up. And so, of course, to do them up, they were spending money in AutoZone. And as you can see, the share price has been in, kind of one-way traffic, right, for a good few years now, really. So, you can see that from where we're at the bottom left of the chart, about $1,500, we're now up here tickling the soft underbelly, all right, tickling the soft underbelly of 4,000. Okay, just up there about 3,100. You look and some people might say, well, actually, Paul, is that not more of a double top? And I wouldn't fight you, all right? I wouldn't fight you. I will look at that for about 3,400, 3,450. That's why I would be looking. Okay, if he breaks beneath that, well, then of course, the party's over. But it's just a fantastic example of how the consumer adapts to the changing environment. Okay, as interest rates rose, and either basically car loans became just too expensive. Consumer behaviour has changed, and that's what's happening. And it might well be the same for Alfred's. All right, here for those of you who are petrol heads here, you can let me know and stuff. Maybe you've got a view or an opinion, or you differ. Really, all I'm interested in is that is a great trend. And as you hear me say on the VTP stage one, all right, if there's a great trend, good trends leap off the chart at you. And if there is a good trend, you want to fight it. You want to find a way to surf it. That's the nature of the beast. But that is quite some chart, that isn't it, over the last couple of years. Absolute beauty.